Good evening, Lake Orion. Hope you're all doing well. I'm still feeling pretty good from a good weekend. My name's Ian Witherspoon, and I am next to Sammy Taormina. Welcome to the program. Hope you're all doing well and your week's off to a good start. Sam?
Yeah, it's hanging in there.
Where's your brother?
He's in the hospital.
He's in the hospital.
Yep. Don't know.
Don't know?
Yeah, he's in the hospital.
Well, hopefully he's all right.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's fine.
We'll see what happens.
He's a strapping lad.
Yeah, I know.
Well, too bad they don't get ONTV at Troy Beaumont, eh?
They might.
I don't know. They get it online.
Yeah, could.
Maybe they're watching.
Maybe.
They're watching. If you're watching, get well soon, Aunt. We need you back next week, which will be on Tuesday instead of Monday. So there's a lot to talk about, sports-wise.
Yeah.
Hockey's starting.
Yes.
Wings are off to a good start.
So are my Stars. Yeah, so are my Stars. Colorado start. Hey, Ant's Avalanche are starting off on a bad note. We can all agree
What
on
else
that.
is new? All right. It's Michigan State week.
Yes.
The World Series starts. Go
Yeah.
Tigers.
No, let's go Royals. Be royal. Be royal. Be royal, Ian. Be royal. I told you Kansas City was going to be in the World Series, and they're in the World Series.
Who's going to win it?
Kansas City in
Oh, my God.
Kansas City in 6 games. They're going to win the World Series. I just said it. The World Series, Kansas City's winning in 6 games, buddy.
Do you know how much money the Tigers have spent trying to win a World Series the past 8 years?
Yeah, a lot.
Probably over $1 billion.
Yep.
How much has the Royals spent?
$1 million.
Probably spent about
$20 million.
$20 million and a gift card to Red Smoke Barbecue or something.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I know.
I'll be sick.
I know you would.
I'll be sick.
I'll
puke.
You'd be so happy. Be royal.
Dear God.
Yes.
All right, so baseball's over. Who cares? Let's talk about some football. Take me back a couple weeks ago when the Lions played the Buffalo Bills at home.
Yes.
Missed 3 field goals.
Yep.
Probably should have won that game.
Yeah, Alex Henry got cut, I remember, after that game.
And, yeah.
They should be sitting right now at 6-1 right now.
Tell me this, though. They should have won the Bills game.
Right.
Should they have won the game yesterday?
No.
Okay, so they are 5-2.
Right.
That's probably what they should be.
Right.
Give or take Buffalo and New Orleans.
Right. But remember, of course, the Lions were 6-2 last year.
Of
And
course
they were
I remember
1-7 to close out the year.
Yeah.
They were 7-9. Didn't make the playoffs. They lost the NFC North. They're tied with Green Bay. You know?
Differences
They do
between,
own the tiebreaker with Green Bay, though.
What's the difference between last year's team and this year's team, though?
I think it's Jim Caldwell because of the chemistry that he's brought in to this team. He's brought the Lions. He has created like a culture influence, you know what I mean, with this team. I mean, like, now I don't like some of the decisions that he's made a little
Give me
bit
an
with
example.
when you look at the Lions offense, you know what I mean, he wants them to be more physical, more like psychological than being like an all-air attack like the Lions normally are. You know,
I've got concerns about the offense.
I do too.
Past couple of years, the offensive line has been pretty good at pass protection. Last year, they could actually run the ball.
Right.
Where is that this year? Why is their line struggling so much?
Because
their offensive line.
Because they can't. I don't think Riley Reif's a good left tackle. Dominic Raiola's still there. I think he's gotten older. I think it's time for him to start moving on a little bit.
It's probably his last year.
Probably his last year. But I just think the whole dynamic of the Lions, their identity is normally throwing the ball. You know what I mean? But with Caldwell trying to go run,
they can't run.
They can't run it. Even with Reggie Bush and Joy Bell, they still can't run the football.
I'm a little bit confused by the line play on the offense. Because last year it was a strength of this
Right,
team.
it was one of the strengths.
I'm just confused where it went.
Well, when you have a new identity, new culture, it's tough.
I guess.
Especially when you look at the Lions.
Block.
Yeah, you still got to block. You still
Pass
got
protection's the same.
Well,
back and
what doesn't
block.
help is Calvin Johnson's not being there.
I think in a strange way that kind of helps.
Why do you say that?
Because Matthew Stafford is not very good at making decisions.
No, he's not. You look at it here, it's accuracy.
And he doesn't have his safety valve right now.
No, he doesn't have a safety valve right
which
now.
I think is going to make him rely on
I don't
other guys.
understand. Look at the Lions with their tight end situation. I don't understand why you would have to pick up a tight end from the streets. You just signed Kellen Davis today. And then you have Brandon Pettigrew. I was a little surprised that you got Eric Ebron. You still got
Fourier.
You got Joseph Fourier. You know what I mean? You really don't need another tight end.
Well, to spot fill.
Unless it's a blocking tight end, you know what I mean?
Well, to plug him in because this week they only had one going.
Right.
Pettigrew. So you need at least another guy.
Well, they weren't very good there, and then Stafford tried to throw, cost a pick. Yeah. When you look at it here, it just describes Stafford's not an accurate passer. You know what I mean? Accurate quarterback. You know what I mean? Especially in that winning touchdown, he had to throw it high.
Yeah.
You notice that he had to throw it high. You know what I mean? Even that. I thought the Lions' offense has been way too conservative. They haven't been able to go downfield, and that's to me that's a problem a little bit when you don't have that deep threat. You know what I mean? You can't throw it down the field. You know what I mean, for big chunks of yards instead of going for the conservative route. I just don't understand that with this offense, especially when you have those weapons.
My biggest problem is Stafford is. I feel like he's a little gun shy right now.
Yeah.
He's not seeing these open guys, and if he is. He's indecisive.
I think he is. When you look at it, especially with the Lions, he is a little indecisive. You know what I mean? Especially when you don't have that balance. You know what I mean? And Stafford's been used to this. You know what I mean? He really has been used. He doesn't have a running game. You know what I mean? He didn't have one until Reggie Bush and Joy Bell came. You look at the Lions, they don't have a true deep threat. Golden Tate's your slot. But if you had the deep threat, I think it makes it more interesting, for the Lions to open up the playbook a little bit. I think ever since the Johnson injury, they've been forced to close the playbook down a little bit.
That's my concern is when he comes back, I want to see a little more balance. I want to see him still looking to Golden Tate because Golden Tate's the number one receiver on more than half the teams in this league.
He leads the league in catches right now. That's the thing.
Does he? No.
Yeah, he leads the league. Actually, he does. He leads the league in catches.
You sure about that?
I'm sure about it.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
He does lead that in that reception category.
You going to be up for the breakfast game on Sunday?
See what I can do to be up. What about you?
What do you mean you're going to see what you can do? You host a sports show. You better darn well be up at 9:30 in the morning.
Sports show and a podcast.
Come on.
Well, it's
9:30 in the morning.
Get up. It's in London, England.
Set your alarm for 9:25. Get your buns out of bed and watch the game.
Well, then I got to update my fantasy rosters and all that before then.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell Roger Goodell to quit playing games in London.
It's not my. Yeah, I know. Lions are wearing white for that game.
Interesting.
Yes.
Who do you got in that game?
I like the Lions to knock out the Falcons.
Oh, God.
Yep.
I'm scared now.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's it for Lions talk. When we come back, we're going to hit some college football, some hockey, some high school football. We got it all. Stay tuned.
The Orion Lighted Parade is a tradition that ushers in the holiday season here in the Orion area. Families line the streets in the village to enjoy this festive event, but it wouldn't be possible without the Holly Jolly Folly. This year's fundraiser is scheduled to take place on Friday, December 5th at Golling Buick GMC, located at 1491 South Lapeer Road. Enjoy live entertainment, a silent auction, a cash bar, and a 50-50 raffle. Food will be provided by Italia Gardens. Tickets are $35 per person and are available at Golling Buick GMC. For more information, call the Orion Area Parade Group at 248-802-5521 or visit orionlightedparade.org.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas here on Orion Neighborhood Television. And where do you want to start here? Rivalry week or NHL hockey?
Let's go rivalry week.
You want to start?
It's a big rivalry week,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. I don't know anyone in their right mind that would pick Michigan to win the game.
Well, they haven't beaten Michigan State in ever since 2008. Michigan State has won the last 10, 11, 5 of the last 6 meetings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Paul Bunyan's basically lived in East Lansing since 2008.
Do you think he likes it there?
I think he likes it there.
He's not going anywhere for a while, is he?
Probably will not be going anywhere for a while. Michigan State basically, besides the jersey disaster, which I think was a travesty with their white jerseys, but they got a very good football team. I mean, they can run the ball with Jeremy Langford. They got Tony Lipp at the outside. Connor Cook's one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the country. Your defense is still one of the premier in the Big Ten. Not much in the country because the defense has taken a little step back a little bit. Mm-hmm. But when you look at Michigan, of course, their offensive line is a disaster. I don't think Doug Nussmeier is the perfect fit for this team. Especially when you have Devin Gardner who's a spread quarterback. And then
Gardner's no
you
good.
got Devin Funchess on the outside. Then of course, Michigan's not. The running game's not very good. You know what I mean? And their defense is not very good.
There's not a lot about their game.
Well, Michigan's
that is
defense
very
actually is pretty good, but
It's
they're not great.
okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. I wouldn't write home about it.
No, I wouldn't write about it much either.
So Michigan State's going to win this game.
I think they will win this
It's
game.
pretty easy to
to say, yeah.
I have no qualms.
Mm-hmm. I don't have one either. I think Michigan State wins this game by 2 touchdowns.
Well, the spread's 17.5.
Right.
Now that's where things get tricky
Right.
because this is a rivalry game.
Right.
Michigan's season is on the line.
Right.
They have to win the
They
game.
have to win this game because their schedule's going to get tough.
They've been punked for years.
Right.
I mean, they're going to get up. They're going to be. They may be bad, but they're not lacking heart. You know what I mean? They're just
Well,
not
there's a
very
lot
good.
of pressure on Brady Hoke. You know what I mean?
Right. And
I
it
think-
seems they like Brady Hoke. The players like Brady Hoke.
Right.
He's just not a head coach.
No, he's a defensive coordinator.
He's like a line coach.
He's like a line coach, yeah. I mean, it's a very similar situation with Will Muschamp at Florida. With talk, we
Stay
get to,
tuned.
yeah, stay tuned. Will Muschamp at Florida was a bad fit over there at Florida in Gainesville.
We were talking earlier. Florida,
Mm-hmm.
historically good program.
Yes, with Spurrier, Urban Meyer. Heck, even I would consider Ron Zook a good coach over there.
Over Will Muschamp.
Oh yeah.
Michigan, historically good program. Mm-hmm. Who would win in a game? Neutral field.
I would pick Michigan to win this game because I
Between
think
Florida and Michigan.
Between Florida and
you pick
Michigan because
Michigan.
I would pick Michigan because they have the offense. They have Devin Gardner. I think is going to be the difference in that game. I'm not sold on Florida's defense at all. With Muschamp still there, I think I thought it was a bad fit for Will Muschamp to leave Texas. He would have been the next coach at Texas. I still would have think Charlie Strong been a better fit at Florida than at Texas. That's what I think.
Interesting. You should be an athletic director
I should be
one day.
one day.
Back to our in-state rivalry. It's in East Lansing for a second straight year.
Yep.
Crowd going to be leaving that game early?
No.
You don't think so?
I think it'll be a tight game. Well,
You think it's going to be tight?
No. It'll probably be tight early for me about a quarter, maybe about a half, but I think both bands will be there. If Michigan's not good on grass. They're not good on grass. I mean, I think this is going to be their first game played on grass this season.
Notre Dame?
Oh, no, Notre Dame changed the turf.
They did?
Yeah, they changed the AstroTurf.
This year?
Yes.
What?
They did. What? I'm not kidding you. They did.
Oh, my gosh.
I just think they're going to struggle on grass. I just think when you look at this game, I think Michigan State's more physical up front. I think they're better coached. I just think that I think Michigan State right now, they are one of the bare standards of Big Ten. You know what I mean? Them and Ohio State are probably the two best teams in the Big Ten right now.
What's Michigan State's motivation? Michigan has all the motivation in the world because
Right.
they've been ridiculed.
They
They're
still
coming
feel
off a
like-
bye week. They're
Michigan State
rested.
still feels like their little brother still.
You
know
think
what
so?
I mean? They're that rivalry is still there. You know what I mean? They still feel like their little brother. that's the motivation right there for Michigan State. They hate Michigan. They want to beat Michigan. They want to be the best team in the state. I think, that's their motivation right there.
Okay. You think they put together full 4 quarters?
Yes.
Yeah. No problem this week?
No problem this week, but I'm just a little worried about that defense, especially because they got torched by Purdue 2 weeks ago. The Nebraska game a couple weeks ago they had almost had 4-quarter collapses there. Then, of course, they had the Oregon game where they were just completely.
Forgot how to tackle.
Michigan's not Oregon. Michigan's not Oregon.
No.
So.
But you can't forget how to tackle.
Can't forget how to tackle,
especially in the fourth quarter.
Oh yeah. If you want to be a playoff team, if you want to make the college football playoff, you know what I mean. You got to tackle. You got to win your conference championship. That's how you get in. You know what I mean?
Now, last year I seem to remember Michigan rushing the ball for negative 36 yards.
I thought it was negative 48.
Something in there.
Yeah, negative 48.
Do we see that same performance by the Michigan State front seven?
I don't think so necessarily because that front seven was a very good defense.
Where do you rank Michigan's offense compared to last year's?
I would rank because they got Funchess who's proven as an established receiver. I probably would rank Michigan probably middle of the pack, Big Ten.
But ahead of last year's offense?
I would say they're ahead of last year's offense.
So they should be able to rush the ball for some positive yards?
They'll rush some, but I think Michigan State will shut them down. Pat Narduzzi's a very good defensive coordinator. He'll shut it down.
It's going to be exciting in East Lansing.
Whoever wins the rushing battle wins the game.
Oh, well, that should be no problem.
That's for Michigan State, yeah, no problem.
I hear the weather's supposed to be nice.
Yes.
I don't know if you recall last year's weather.
Rain, muddy.
Cold,
muddy.
Wind.
November
1st. Yeah, it was bad. It was brutal.
Yep.
This year, hopefully it's a little nicer out.
Been hearing sunny, 64.
Holy mackerel.
That ought to be interesting.
I'm going to East Lansing.
You are going?
Not to the game, just East Lansing.
Oh.
Going to go look at the leaves and the color change.
We'll see.
Maybe the beer and stuff.
I wish I could go to the game. I really would love to go to the game.
1 year.
Yeah, I really love to go to the game.
Me too. Me too.
Yep.
You want to talk hockey?
Yeah.
Let's talk hockey the last bit here.
Stars are 2-1 and 2.
2-1-2.
Tough loss to Philly. Tough loss. Up 4-2 late. Lindy Ruff Bash's team called it garbage hockey. Got Vancouver tomorrow night. See what happens. What about your Red Wings?
Red Wings are in an interesting spot because Babcock's in a contract year.
Right.
Don't know what's going on with ownership. Reports came out that suddenly the Illiches are selling everything they own.
That ain't true, I don't think.
Don't know.
Don't
know where somebody got that from or what the deal is. They're building a new arena.
Right.
Rumor has the past couple of years players didn't want to come here because Detroit's not an attractive place to live for young guys.
It is not, actually.
I think the
suburbs are attractive to live in.
Birmingham's nice. Royal Oak.
Yeah.
Athletes seem to hang out there. No problems.
Or even up north, like Lake Orion area. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I live next door to somebody. I won't mention who. Just kidding. But the Red Wings are an interesting year, and they have. I think they went full on youth movement. They are a young team now. There's a couple old guys sprinkled in there, but for the most part, they're pretty young. And I think that plays into Babcock's favor. I'm just excited about this year.
I'm excited for my Stars this year. Same thing. You know what I mean? My Stars are young. Two of the best young skaters in the game, and Jamie Benn, Tyler Sagan, star players. You got Jason Spezza, Alex Hemsky. Stars will be fine.
When do we play each other? I'm worried about the Stars. When do we play each other?
I don't have a schedule on me.
When do you come to the Joe?
I don't have a schedule.
You don't have it marked?
No, I don't have it marked yet.
We should do BT from the concourse.
That would be great. Except it'll be torn down eventually in about 3 years or so because FGIC now owns the Joe Louis Arena property now. Hey, it was a Detroit bankruptcy thing.
2017 is the opening of the new arena.
Yep, you can kiss Joe Louis Arena goodbye.
So 3 years from now.
3 years from now. I wonder how that demolition's going to be. I don't know who's
going to be down there to blow it up?
I wish. I wish.
Yeah, I know you do.
I wish.
Well, when we come back, we're going to talk.
Hello, Lake Orion. It's Anthony Taormina, co-host of Between Taorminas. I want to let you know of a new show called History Now. In it, we're going to talk about global, national, and political events that occur in our lifetime. We're going to also have guests and also have co-hosts as well, and also plenty of surprises. Catch us on History Now here on ONTV. Hello, Lake Orion and Oakland County. This is Sammy Taormina here, talking a new show here called OA Now. We're going to talk about sports from football to basketball to volleyball to track and field to soccer, cross country, etc. here on OA Now on ONTV.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas here on ONTV. So I know we talked about Clarkson and Lake Orion last week. Rivalry week.
Yep.
In high school football.
Yep.
And egads.
Egas was exactly right. This team, this Lake Orion team, cannot cover anything.
What is the problem?
God.
Size, youth, what's the problem?
A lot of people say it's the youth of this team. You know, I think there's a lot of problems with this team.
Scheme?
I look at all the above. Probably is a big problem. I talked about this in my podcast today about Lake Orion. They have an identity crisis. I mean, this program is clearly regressed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have an identity problem, and when you have an identity problem, everything just goes into disasters. You know, it's when you have 11 sophomores up on varsity, it's kind of hard. It's very hard on chemistry. It's very hard on your JV program. That's why, you know what I mean, I look at a program, you know, for example, like a Clarkson who keeps their sophomores on JV and keeps their freshmen on freshmen because they keep them all together, and then the next year all of them come up and you know they're going to be a very good team. The problem with this team is, you know, they really don't have the passing game. This team's one-dimensional. They can't, I mean, like they rely a lot on the run, and that's unfortunate for the senior class, especially when you look at the talent that they have. I mean, like this team does not develop a true passing game. They don't have a true receiver to the outside like they used to have in 2012 when they had Chaz Miller. They don't have that. And that's something that's got to be addressed. And the reason why I say it's an identity crisis, you know, I think it starts with the jerseys. They got to change those, and they got to actually change them. And then they got to basically develop, maybe get rid of the jet offense a little bit, and perhaps maybe go back to that traditional power offense, and then develop that play action pass. You know what I mean? Like more and more. You know what I mean? Because I think that would be a perfect situation for this team.
It just seems when you run the ball, and that's all you do.
Every team's going to stop it because you're going to put 7, 8 guys in the box.
Right, and you're incorporating the jet offense.
Right,
You're
and that's
wasting
not
a
easy.
heck of a lot of time.
Right.
With your quarterback standing there,
Correct.
waiting for that sweep.
Correct.
4 guys are already there.
Right. And looking at it here in the playoffs, they'll probably miss the playoffs because of it.
Which would be the first time since
2000.
Goodness gracious.
You know, I don't know if they'll get in at 5-4.
Could that be a positive though for this program?
I think it might be because, you know, it's unfortunate for the senior class. You know what I mean?
That happens.
But I think this may be a good thing for this team to miss the playoffs because when you look at it here, it's I know it's hard to sting, but you know this team would be more motivated, I think, to because it'll be a long winter, long spring, and a long summer. You know what I mean, for them to get ready for that. The schedule's very nice next year. I mean, but
more home games.
6 home games next year. I mean, but I think it would be very interesting. You know what I mean, but it's hard for me to say because as an alumni, as a football alumni, it's kind of hard. But I think, you know, maybe missing the playoffs might be a good thing for this program going forward.
It happens.
It happens.
You know what I mean? And it doesn't happen often, but when it does,
but 2 of the games they should have won was Chippewa Valley and Oxford. Those were the 2 games they should have won. You know, if they win at least 2 of those games, we're not in this situation that we're in. And they play Adams this week.
How's Adams looking?
They're 4-4. Run of your option, of course. You know, you've seen it. It's very similar offense what Georgia Tech and Nebraska runs. It's very similar option offense.
Right.
Tough match for the defense, but in the end, I think Lake Orion wins this game because of the size up front. I like Lake Orion in this game.
Well, the veer option is.
It
can be tough.
It can be tough. You gotta
stay on your lane.
You got to know your assignment when you're playing against a veer option team. Adams is one of the best teams that runs this offense, especially ever since Tony Petrino came over there to Adams in 2004. I mean, like 2003. I mean, like, and then that first year he won a state championship. I mean, like, it can be done, you know. But the key is the defensive end's got to be important in this matchup here. If they got to play assignment football. If they play assignment football, I think they win this game. Both teams' pass defenses are god awful, and you know maybe it could be something. You know, both teams are also very young. Expect both these teams to be dangerous next year.
Okay.
You know.
So you like Orion to win this
I like
one.
Orion in this game.
You got a score?
I'm going to say 27-24.
27-24 Orion.
Yep, 27-24.
How's your kicking game?
Their kicking game's not bad.
Yeah.
Their kicking game's not bad.
Special teams are all right?
Oh, yeah. Well, not exactly, but, you know.
Just field goal unit?
Field goal unit's good.
Okay. All right, well. It happens.
It happens.
It happens.
It happens,
to the
unfortunately.
best, you know?
Yep.
Patriots have bad years.
Yep.
Steelers
They have bad years. Yep.
Lions have good years.
Yeah.
Every once in a
Every
while.
once in a while it happens.
All right. You got to call out.
I'm going to call it Will Muschamp because here's why. Will Muschamp is not he's not a good coach, good coordinator. He used to be a good coordinator at Texas, but especially at Florida, they're on his head. I'll be on his head right now. Time for him to be fired.
Give it up.
Give it up, Muschamp. Give it up.
Give it up already.
Yep.
All right. When are you going to call out Brady Hoke?
He's a loser.
When are you going to call him out?
I'll probably call him out soon.
Might need to on Monday.
Maybe.
Well, Tuesday.
Tuesday, maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see.
You think he puts a headset on ever?
No.
Coat?
No.
I don't either.
I know.
Any other thoughts here in the world of sports in Sammy's mind?
We'll just see what happens coming on this week. We got middle school football tomorrow.
Middle school football. It's
Yep.
it's winding
Scripps
down.
Oakview.
Can you believe it's winding down
Yeah, you
already?
got Scripps Oakview, you know, tomorrow.
Where are these days
I like
going?
Scripps over Oakview.
Of course you do.
I know.
Of course you do.
You like Oakview or Scripps, don't you?
Always.
I like Scripps to knock them off. Bad.
Bad?
Will not be a
Wait
game.
till track season, buddy.
Oh, I'm waiting till
Wait
that.
till track
I'm waiting till that. Then you're
Yeah,
asking for it.
You better just
You
nestle
bet-
up this winter because you're getting a whooping come
You're
spring.
you're getting a you're getting a whooping come
I don't
spring.
know about
You
that.
are getting a whooping
I don't
come
know about
spring.
that.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Oakview's a powerhouse.
So Scripps.
Nah.
Yes, they are.
Nah, you wish.
No, I don't wish. They are a powerhouse.
Any other thoughts?
Nope.
All right.
There we go.
Good week.
Good week.
All right. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Between Taorminas.
Anthony will be back. Hoping to be back next week.
Yep. Speedy recovery to Mr. Anthony Taormina, and we look forward to seeing you next week as well.